Hello and welcome to the Wolves Retreat. My name is Lucas and today's video is just going to be like an establishment video. One of me just talking and about my goals, plans, and like things I want to do with this channel. Just to have something to look back on when or when slash if I ever make it big, which I'm really hoping for. What's my reasoning for making this channel and some of the goals I have? Well, for the past 5 years, I've mostly been in Colorado, honestly just sitting around playing video games. And there's only so much video games you can play before they kind of start like not being very entertaining. Younger me would have loved having this lifestyle of just being able to play video games all day. But when you grow a conscience, it's just kind of like, man, why should I be doing this all day when I can be like outside, like going to see things? So one of my biggest things is that I want to travel a lot. My current goal is like Niagara Falls because one of the first things I thought of, the Grand Canyon. I know those might be like very typical, but like it's a start. It's a start, you know. So some of my first few goals, one of them being like definitely an in-game goal, is starting off getting a scooter. I don't have a license yet, and I will talk about that just a tiny bit later after the goals and such. But I think a scooter will be my quickest mode of transport because they're usually cheaper than cars themselves. Um, but scooters are still something I'm like very much looking forward to like get and work on and things like that. Uh, Second, assuming I can find like a good and consistent way of finding money or like, getting money, getting a project car. I feel like a project car is like always a good way to start a vehicle channel. Uh, so that's one of my first thoughts. I'm gonna end up talking about like dream cars later, but for my project car, it won't be anything like I won't be picky about it. I just want something that like maybe I can like start work on, uh, start making videos, things like that. And then the final goal, final whatever, is finding my own place. And this is purely because I would very much like a garage that I can work in, keep my stuff in, stuff like that, decorate. All that I've been watching plenty of videos where they just make their own garage more or less on a budget and things like that. And I think that would be something that's like super fun to do while also being something that you can be proud of, which I feel like is most things relating to a car channel. So what is a car to me? First and foremost, a car for me is freedom. Uh, a common way to take you to point A to B and far beyond. As I said, I want the ability to travel with the goal of Niagara Falls and Grand Canyons. Secondly, I believe a lot of life is customizable. Tattoos, piercings, hair, what you're wearing, even the decorations in your house. So, by extension, a car and how you take care of it and how it looks and everything is like an extension of you. Um, and I want a car that greatly represents who I am. Um, that's why I believe if someone who doesn't take care of their car is like just clean it up. Um, Not saying like, well, not saying, but like if you get the chance to, I feel like people should like put money into their car if they love it enough. Though I know that's not everyone's thing, so it's like okay. Um, Primarily, I want a car just for cruising. Like if I have the option to take the long way home, I'll gladly take it because I love the car that I'm in. So here are my possible issues, which is kind of too beyond just money, and even then, I feel like the issues can be solved fine. Number one, again, I don't have my license. Any scooter I'm looking at is definitely going to be one that needs a license for how fast it goes. I'm pretty sure in most states you need a license for anything above 50cc, and I'm not looking to go for anything below 50cc, even though I probably should just have a vehicle in general right around the neighborhood or whatever. But I think I do have a solution for getting my license, or at least getting the money for my license, because I do have people who would be willing to let me use their vehicles to practice driving. It's literally just a matter of what's it called, getting the money. Secondly, is if I do get a project car, is having a place to work on it, because my garage has more or less been turned into a second living room, and well, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I guess if I really need to, I can just work on it in the driveway. But then whatever I do, I feel like I'm just gonna clutter up the garage. So my best bet is just to take it out to the shed, which would require me to carry all that stuff out to the shed and back and forth. Um, it's more like convenient wise, I mean, but like that's why one of my big goals is to have my own garage, is to have like somewhere I can work on my own, or have enough space to work on things I want to, and I can be inside and not have to worry about like dragging things inside and out. Um, yeah. Speaking of me being in this neighborhood slash suburbs, I'm in a suburb, so even if I did want to get like a secondary shed or anything, I wouldn't have anywhere to put it. My backyard is slanted, and the again suburbs, so the houses are very close to each other. Um, yeah, I think to save myself some like convenience, I could just kill two birds in one stone and get a project moped or scooter or something like that. Purely because uh, generally they are cheaper than cars. Like even on Facebook Marketplace, I've seen like some relatively cheaper ones. And if I just find something that doesn't need too much work, that I would have to put a lot of money in, because money is a big factor currently. I feel like if I just find something that's easy and I could upgrade more than fix, it would be like free content or free content. Um, yeah. Now I'm just going to talk about cars in general, like the ones I would like. It's not a lot. I think I put like three cars and two scooters, and one of those scooters are like, I talked about the second one, then I looked at the first one, I'm like, oh, why would I get that one? Anyways, the first car is the Mini Roadster. I feel like this car is somehow underrepresented. I'm underrepresented. I always see some stuff, videos and stuff about minis, but I feel like there's not enough videos about the Mini Roadster. This is I kind of consider this my leading dream car, just because I like the look of it, and I promise you, it is my dream car. And I have to say that because when I start talking about the second car, you'll probably understand. So first off, when I saw this car, it was kind of like love at first sight. I don't know why. I was looking through Carvana and I just happened to see this car. I'm like, this is like a car that I need. Um, in terms of pros and cons, the cons kind of like outweigh the pros. Like for the pros, I said I like it. I like it look wise, and I've heard it drives well, which I was just talking about. But and then for cons, I said I've heard that minis may or may not be unreliable. Um, the car is discontinued. And sooner or later, I'm probably gonna need parts if I drive the car for that long. Um, but I don't know how hard or easy it is to find parts for it. So it's like kind of taking a gamble, but I kind of guess that's like taking a gamble with any car, or like somewhat older car. These cars went from like 2012 to 2015, so they're not that old, but I guess if I ever get the car, we'll see. Oh, I forgot I added what color I would get it changed to, and what's it called? What I would name it. Um, for the Mini Roadster, actually, before I get onto that, I kind of wish that the top of it was metal, just all metal instead of being a convertible. Honestly, if it weren't a convertible, I would be like perfectly okay with that. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of convertible cars. I just think usually they aren't pulled off very well for most cars. But yeah, if I had an option, just make the top completely metal. Anyways, back onto the paint and the name. First of all, I would name it Maxi. I don't know why that's the first name that came to mind, but I feel like it would be fitting. But in the color wise, I would get it changed to a purple, but probably like a darker purple color. I'm sure you can see the vision. Maybe I'll like just throw up a general idea of what color I would want it. Um, but yeah, I feel like I'm slowly but surely missing out on these cars. Uh, at least on Carvana, uh, I feel like I'm slowly but surely seeing the price increase. Not only that, I feel like the cars are always sold out. When I was looking before, there were like always quite a not quite a few, but like a few, like five or so, maybe one or two on sale, or not on sale, but being sold. But now there's like none, and it's insane to me because I'm like, see, I knew this would happen. I knew it. I'm missing out, and I really want this car, but I'm sure I'll get it figured out because I've like Carvana isn't the only car site. I hope the camera isn't moving too much because I keep taking breaks between the takes or me talking. This video is probably gonna have a lot of cuts, but the second car, as I said, the first car is my dream car, but I would love to have the second car. A Lotus Elise. I don't know. I'll throw the screen up on him or on the screen, but as I say here, I'm reading off a script, and so I'm just going to read exactly what I have on the script because as I said, first car is my dream car, but I feel like I probably glazed this car much more than the first one. So I mentioned how the Mini Roadster is like, or no, this car is kind of like an evolution of the Mini Roadster. I don't know. I know they don't like look super similar, but just something in my body tells me this is like a natural evolution of the Mini Roadster. And the third car is like an in between the Mini Roadster and this one. Anyways, I'll be honest, I haven't done the most research about this car. This car and the next car, but something in my mind feels like it is across the board something that's an upgraded cruiser compared to the Mini Roadster. And besides maybe fenders to make it a little wider, I don't think this car would need anything. It has such an awesome, clean, slick look. I love the smaller lights next to the headlights because it gives it a little bit of a bug look. If this channel ever gets off the ground to somewhere meaningful, I would love to get one of these cars, even if that meant I had to do a lot of restoration on it. It would instantly become my prized possession. And then, yeah, I talk more fondly about this car than the Mini Roadster. But the Mini Roadster is still like number one above this car. Something flying around. But it's like I don't know how to properly explain it. But what did I say I would name this one? Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good name. Paint wise, I would actually steal a look from another car I saw, which happens to be a Mini Roadster. I'll put a screenshot up in a video or a link in the description to the video. But this one's by Petrol. I hope I'm saying that right. Of course I'm saying it right. It's not hard to say. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's definitely worth watching the video. But this is PFP or PPF compared to like painting and stuff. But just the color itself with like the gold accents would be such a nice color combo. And I feel like it would look just right on this car. And it's like, man, that would be clean as hell. Um, and I said I would name this car Evelyn. I feel like with a sleek look like this, it honestly just makes sense. Also, I don't know why I'm putting this at the end of this whole segment, but the reason this car, I mentioned like I would be willing to do a lot of restoration on a car if it really needed it, is because this one is like around 50 grand, and it's like, that is not a cheap price. It is significantly more expensive than the mini Roadster and the next car. Um, yeah, it would be such an awesome car to have. The third and final car I'll be talking about in this video is the Smart Roadster. And honestly, if you haven't heard of this car, I wouldn't blame you, at least if you're from America and not a like car person, I guess. But this car is like primarily in the UK, which is partially why it's like I would love to get it, but it's like, will I get it? Question mark. Because for some reason, I don't know why it's this long. Maybe I could get the general idea of the rule, but there's a 25 year wait period to import certain cars, and maybe there's a way like around it, but I think I'm like fine with the price of the car because it's not like super expensive, but it's more so like the cost of like the steps of importing it, I guess. But it's another car that I feel like has a sleek design. The back trunk kind of looks weird, but it's like that's part of the charm. Uh, Here, what do I say in my script here? I said, don't say anything about being ugly. I know some people would probably certainly give this car a look in disgust or like, wow, that's cool, is a completely different story, but like, I feel like it would definitely drag looks. Um, but speaking of the 25-year rules, or 25-year rule, whatever, however you want to say it, these cars did run, or I guess did run is the proper way to say it, did run from 2002 to 2005. So we're already reaching the period where it's like the 25-year rule doesn't matter. Uh, which again is mostly why I'm like, what's the process of getting something imported? Like, what's the cost mainly? Um, Relating to the color, or like what color I might get change it to. Um, I think I would just keep it silver if I got it in this color, or yeah, just in general get it changed to silver because I feel like that's the best color to just in general, or like on this car, obviously. I mean, but what's it called? But you can see like the headlights. They're like this matte-ish black. I guess I don't know if I'm pretty sure most of them come like that. I'd have to like double check because I haven't really like super studied them. But like getting a matte black wrap across the car to like match the headlights would be like super sick. Um, what did I say I would name this one? Oh, why would 1 second? Oh, okay. I mentioned. Okay, I also mentioned getting it like a dark red, like a cherry red kind of. Maybe I'll have to throw up a picture because like I'm being very particular about the color. Um, but if I could get like, no, I don't think I would have to change the black part, headlight part. But if I could get it like a dark red, nice, and like I don't know, but I would name it Malzeno, named after my favorite Monster Hunter monster, or my second favorite. Shouts to Gore Magala. I wouldn't name a car that, but unless it was like a beast of a car. What the? Is this in the recording? 1 second. What was that? I hope that's in the video because I'm gonna seem like I'm fucking crazy. Okay. Yeah, the Smart Roadster. This section is going to be about scooters slash motorcycles, but I'm pretty sure all three of these are going to be scooters. Um, I say three. In my script, there's only two, but I'm going to mention a third one at the end. So first off, there's the Super Cub. This is the one, not the one that's getting replaced in my mind of what scooter I should get. What's it called? I do like the look of it. What's it called? What did I say here? Oh, yeah. Uh, yeah. I feel like a Super Cup isn't something that like the mini Roadster. It's not something that gets like a lot of content in general. I do see people post content about riding and stuff, but nothing about like people like modifying them or anything. But this has two pretty big cons in terms of my own convenience. The first one is it only has a center stand. I think there is something you can get so it has like a side kickstand, but I'm not entirely sure how a center stand works. But I'm like, I don't feel confident in that. And even worse so is on, I think it's both sides. I'm not sure, but it just has like the pegs, which is fine, but like to change gears, you have to use them or change gears with your feet because it has like the pedals connected to the pegs. I'm pretty sure. I'll try pointing it out in like editing or something like that. But I'm missing the lower half of my left leg, and I'm not entirely confident I would have the mobility to comfortably change that or change gears as needed. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. But like when you're thinking about your convenience here, when you're thinking about your convenience, you don't really like, do I really want to feel like taking the risk? So I'd rather just get something I'm comfortable with first, and then maybe what's it called? Experience the first option second, if that makes any sense. Also, I just like the name of it. There are some like mini motos slash scooters that have silly names like the Grom or Monkey. But I do like the Super Cub's name and design and looks, everything like that. Second, the scooter I would get if I had the money, like this would be my first scooter. The Zuma 125. I'm pretty sure, according to the site, also speaking of the Super Cup, I feel like I can never find an official site to like that's actually selling it. I don't know if it's like just because it's more popular everywhere else. I don't know the situation that's going on with it, but let's see. The Zuma has both a center stand and a side stand, which is really nice. And then also according to the site, it's an automatic. And I would much prefer an automatic compared to something I would have to change with my feet, one of the two. Also, the area where you put your feet is like completely flat compared to like the pegs. It's like a little designated area rather than having to keep myself steady or not keep myself steady, but having to keep my feet on the pegs that slip off because I don't entirely trust my left leg or my left foot. I mean, it's all the same. I said, at least in my script, I mentioned that both scooters would be named something, or they would both just be named Athena. Whichever came first would be named Athena. But here I say, but I feel like for an all black scooter, I should give it a name that's kind of edgy and badass. Belial comes to mind, but then I feel like I would need like a lime green color for like accents and stuff. Because on the photo you can see that the tires are red. So I feel like I would be obligated to get like a lime green stuff to accent it. Shouts to Diablo Fork for giving me the idea. And I do say, anyways, those are probably the only two scooters I'm considering for right now. But I recently got videos for a third option, and that's the Honda Helix. I'm pretty sure it's Honda. Um, but it's such a quirky, I guess, is the word I want to use for it. Um, it also has the flat foot landing. Oh yeah, landing is the word I want to use. Uh, Also has the flat foot landing. Um, and I'm pretty sure it's automatic. I was just watching a video before recording this section, and he mentioned about it being automatic. Don't have to like clutch or anything. Uh, it also, as I said, quirky and has like a very unique look that I really like. Um, Here one second. I'm gonna pull up a photo of it. Yeah, looking at it, yeah, I really do like the design of it. I don't know if I could find one that's in my area somehow. I'm pretty sure it would be cheaper than a Zuma. Um, Plus it has storage. I just like the design. It's kind of like an 80s. Okay, well I'm pretty sure it obviously is like a vehicle from the 80s slash early 2000, but it looks like an 80s person's rendition of the future, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Um, Color wise, I don't know what I would get. I feel like low key the same green that I would get on the Lotus would be really sick. But then again, I just like that color. Not my favorite color. Um, Purple would also be a really good color. And I feel like right, just calling it Helix as a name would be a cheap or cop out. But it's like it's just a good name for it. It's like an 80s person's re-edition of the future. I hope I don't sound crazy saying that, but like, or stupid. Stupid is more accurate, but like, yeah, Helix would be such an awesome name for it. I speak weird sometimes. I don't know why, but yeah. All right, I guess that's gonna be the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like most of this was just me talking genuine nonsense, but I hope you guys don't mind anyways. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to get my license, and hopefully like afterwards I can find like a scooter or something to like start recording videos on, even if it is just riding them around. Um, I am hopeful for this channel. I feel like I can lock in and like get things done with it. Make sure to like and subscribe, I guess. I don't know, share it with your friends. All right, I'm gonna go. See you later.